Okay, in this video I wanted to show you the most popular yerba mates that come from South America and what makes them different, because there are 200 or more different varieties that come out of Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil. And they're all a little bit different, but they all come from the same plant, exactly the same species. So first let's start with our Argentinian varieties. And this one is Cruz de Malta. It's considered to be a soft yerba mate. And what makes this particular brand soft, let me show it to you up close here so you can look at it. It has a medium leaf cut. It has stems in there, these little small sticks or stems called despelada or palo in South America, but it also has a low amount of dust in the product. The dust is what makes the product bitter to your mouth, but it also gives it a stronger effect. Okay, come back up to me. Now, while I'm on the subject of dust and stems, one of the secrets that I found out in South America while touring these facilities is that when they mill up the plant with the leaves and the sticks and the stem all together, the milling process separates out the stems and the dust and the leaves all in different bags as it goes through the machine. And what the different producers do is they put these products back together. They put a certain amount of stems back into the product and a certain amount of dust back into the product to give it its unique characteristic, give it a unique flavor. Okay, so that's one of the fundamentals of yerba mate. Let's take a look at the other side of the spectrum, which is Terroir Blue. Now, Terroir, they have left the stems out and not put it back. Let me show you what this one looks like. See the difference there? It's a low dust, all leaf. The leaf's not very big, it's a medium size, so what this does is it gives it a very green flavor. It gives it a very nice, strong effect. When you drink it, you get a nice stimulating effect from it, but it's a very rich and long-lasting flavor while you're drinking it. Okay, so that's Terroir Blue. That's one of our biggest sellers. Another one, which you're going to find interesting, is Canarias. Canarias is produced in Brazil, and but ironically, most of it, if not all of it, is shipped to Uruguay. Uruguay they love yerba mate. Per capita, they're the largest drinkers of yerba mate, but unfortunately, they can't produce it or much of it because of the land. So they get it from Brazil. And this is their most popular brand. Now notice what Canarias looks like. It's a very, very fine product. It does have some dust, but the leaves are pretty small. So Canarias is a little bit tricky to use with a bombilla and a gourd because of the dust and because of the small particles here. But Canarias drinkers love their Canarias. We sell a lot of Canarias, and some folks buy nothing but Canarias. It has a very strong effect. First time I drank Canarias, I thought my heart was going to beat out my chest. So I don't drink it anymore, but there are some folks that really, really love it. So Canarias is made in Brazil, shipped to Uruguay, and then brought here. But our Canarias comes straight from the producer. We don't go through a whole lot of channels, so we get a pretty good age on that. And we have a good price on it as well. Now let's look at another popular product, which is called Rosamante. Rosamante is grown in the same area that Terroir is grown, and it is another popular product. It's popular because it has a nice effect. You see, it has a large leaf cut. It has stems. And it also has a very smoky flavor to it that a lot of folks enjoy with their yerba mate. It's in the Canarias, like Rosamante, have a very loyal fan base. Folks who drink Rosamante, they stick with their Rosamante. Okay, now let's Let's go with Selecta. Selecta is one of Paraguay's best-selling yerba mates, probably the highest quality yerba mate, traditional style that comes from Paraguay. It's grown in a region just north on the southern border of Paraguay, north of Argentina, about, I'd say, 60, 70 miles from where Taragüi and Rosamante are grown. But you notice it does have sticks and it does have dust, but the flavor is not as strong as some of these other brands that have a lot of dust in them, which makes it very popular. One thing about Selecta that makes it different from the Argentinian yerba mates is it brews up very well cold with ice water because, as I mentioned before, that's the way the Paraguayan folks like to drink their yerba mate, Mate.wmv, and Selecta does this really, really well. The brand that is made for us by Selecta, which we requested and they were happy to oblige, is Selecta Premium. And one of the things that folks in this country, in America, what they like is a stick-free, dust-free yerba mate. And this is one of them. This is my favorite. I like it. I drink it every day. I also mix different herbs and stuff with my Selecta, but this one is a very nice. You can see how clean it is. It almost looks like every leaf was cut out with a little leaf cookie cutter. It's very, very nice product. I don't know how they got it this clean, but I really appreciate the fact that they did it. One of the other aspects of yerba mate that I wanted to mention is that not only does the sticks, the leaves, and the dust have an effect on the flavor of yerba mate, but the aging does as well. Once yerba mate is processed and it's separated out into the characteristics they want, they set it up and they just store it anywhere from 9 months to 2 years. And as it's aged, the color of the product changes. It'll go from a really rich, bright forest green to an olive green. And as the aging process takes place, it softens the flavor. The product will become much less bitter and much smoother to drink, especially if you're drinking it from a gourd with a bombilla and you're putting hot or cold water into it. You can taste the effects of the aging quite easily. Some folks like their yerba mate fresh and bitter. The bitter the better. But most folks like it aged, softer flavor, more mellow flavor. And that seems to be the way the folks in this country like it. Selecta is aged for 2 years. Rosamante, I believe, is 9 months. Canarias, I think, is 9 months. And Cruz de Malta, I'm not sure about. Taragüi is interesting. The Taragüi products, which are made by Las Marias in Argentina, they're the largest producer of yerba mate. And their Taragüi Red brand, which has the sticks and the stems in it, is the biggest selling yerba mate in the world. And one of the reasons why it's so popular is because Las Marias has done an excellent job of exporting yerba mate. They export Taragüi all over the world. They're one of the first ones to really take yerba mate out into the world market. And as a result, they've had to speed up their production. They can't afford to have their yerba mate sitting around for 9 months to 2 years. So they've developed some interesting techniques to speed age the product and speed dry the product. So everything that Las Marias does with their traditional brands happens a lot faster. What takes several years, they do in a few days through controlling the humidity and the temperature in large silos. But as far as quality and consistency goes, Las Marias is fast, they're efficient, but they do produce a very consistent quality yerba mate. One of the points I want to leave you with on this section of our videos on yerba mate, and I've covered the different styles, the aging process, and all these things. I want you to take away from this video is that there is no best yerba mate. The best yerba mate is the one you enjoy the most. So while you're searching for yerba mate and trying to find what you like and what suits you and your lifestyle and the brewing techniques that suit you and your lifestyle, Find something you enjoy, because the more you enjoy it, the more you'll drink it, and the more you will benefit from it. So always remember, if you want to make it a better day, don't forget to drink your yerba mate.